Good evening and welcome to our 2020 Windsor High School Football Awards ceremony. I guess we're ending the season the way we began it with a virtual meeting together as a group of people. Thank you for joining us tonight and helping us celebrate our 2020 Windsor football program together. This past season will be remembered for how we all came together and moved the train tracks together. That was one of the themes during our early workouts together this summer. One night during one of our many 10-to-1 ratio workouts, we set the record this year in the state for the most 10-to-1 ratio workouts. We're first place in that division. But one night during one of those workouts, we closed practice with the following question for the players. Would you rather be the person responsible for placing the railroad tracks in place, or would you rather be the conductor for the train? And that, my friends, sums up pretty much what we had to do all season. Embrace the role of the person who has to continually move the railroad track to keep things moving forward. Our program, families, community, state, and beyond needed to live in the world of those who placed the railroad tracks in place. There were plenty of times when everyone in this room was faced, that's funny, everyone in this room, it's just me, when every one of you were faced with some heavy lifting just to make it through your daily lives. Just a small statistic. 3 feet of standard railroad track weighs approximately 130 pounds. So for us to get a first down, each player would have to pull 1,300 pounds, 10 yards. That's not right. He would pull 130 pounds, 10 yards or 30 feet. But I think you get what I'm talking about. It's some pretty heavy lifting. As we press forward the past 9 months, we have all made adjustments, sacrifices, and at times we were left at a loss as we faced off against our ever-changing health epidemic. We all kept our heads down. We moved track. We moved more track. And guess what? We asked you to do it again. We moved that same piece of track, and guess what? We put that same piece of track back where we originally started because that's where it needed to go. Our job of moving track still proceeds. We were not willing to accept our environment. We did accept our job as the people who are going to move the railroad track. We planned for this and we replanned for that. And after many somewhat disheartening moments, our perseverance was rewarded with the potential of having football being played in the fall. When our school received the call that we were going to be playing football during this fall, our community football family sprung into action without hesitation, and everyone chipped in to help out with our movement of the railroad tracks. Each day provided each of us with a new obstacle we would need to overcome. There are so many people to recognize this year, and that is a testament to who we are as a community and what we are willing to do for our Windsor football family. I wish to thank a few groups of people who made this journey easier to navigate and supplied our program with the might to continually move tracks every day. Now we have close to 100 people's names on this list. So I kind of broke them down into groups, and I thought this would be a good way to recognize our people. And hopefully those who are involved with specific activities within our program recognize who you are. We had our football parents. You were parents. You took care of your kids. You kept them healthy. Football players. You did your job. And it's still going on right now. You have a challenging job. You still must do your work. We had football managers, football trainers, football teachers, football administrators, football supporters, football fans, football nurses, those who came and checked temperatures for us on a weekly basis. We had our football custodians, those who came out to practice and made sure that our equipment was sanitized every 30 minutes so we could fall within the district's guidelines for practicing under these extreme conditions. We had football warehouse managers. That was a lot of people that day, where Saturday, everyone came in, emptied the trailer, put stuff back in there, the equipment, uniforms, all organized in record time. That was an amazing gift to our program. We had our football videographers, those who shot our videos for our games. We had our football photographers on sidelines for all three levels of our games, getting to see what it's like to coach and play with masks on and battle with us as we work through each game. We had our football equipment managers, those who helped us pass out equipment on pass out day, and those who helped us collect that equipment. And some of them are still cleaning the equipment today. We had our football nutritional services, those who provided food and snacks for our players after games. We had football weights and measurements professionals, those who helped us produce a roster for this year's team. And those other measurement officials who I think could have stretched the chains a little shorter or a little tighter at times, but those who were the chain gang people at our games. We had our football financial planners and just a few people who set up a fundraiser for us to help us raise a few resources for our program, which will be much needed in the future. We also had some football financial donors, people who donated their time, resources, and financial capabilities to our program. We had football advertisers. People in our advertising department did a wonderful job promoting our team. We also have football media services, communications, and our virtual platform specialists. And I think you know who you are. We are grateful for all of you who chipped in this year and made this a memorable fall football season. I would like to recognize our coaching staff. This group of men were flexible, reliable, committed, and persistent in their efforts to stay connected to our student athletes during a difficult time. These men juggled work, time, health, personal plans, and their families to help our players through the past 9 months. I'd like to thank these people for their time and energy spent with our players this fall. Coach Derek Ruff, Brian Ash, David Vermuel, Mark Keyworth, Jim Switzer, Rhett Polka, Brandon Bush, Brent Rizzuto, Sam Bossart, Joe Collier, and Coach Michael Thompson. I'd like to also thank their families for staying with their men and their journey as they provided safety and psychological assistance and support for their football players. I apologize if we've missed anyone who contributed to our program this fall. There were so many people that came to the forefront and helped us through this journey. We hope you enjoyed the presentation. If there are any questions concerning our presentation or if we missed anything, please reach out to us and we'll get back to you quickly. Enjoy the night. Thank you.
Giving a recap on our offense from our JV team this year, we had one of the better offensive outputs that we've had as a JV team since I've been here. This is my 5th year coaching at Windsor, and our offense this year really played as an entire unit. In years past, we've had to shuffle a lot of kids around, and I feel like this year we had just a very steady group of kids that can step up every week, and a lot of continuity for guys on the offense, and especially the offensive line and in the backfield, and so that makes a huge difference. As a team, we averaged almost 40 points a game, with our lowest output being 30 against Brighton, so it says a lot to how hard those kids work and their dedication to running the offense correctly and playing for each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now with great joy that I get to talk about the season recap for the JV team from the defensive perspective. Gosh, it was fun. Every single Saturday just had such great energy. Guys were doing what they needed to do. They were being where they needed to be. And honestly, the best compliment that I could give to these group of guys on the JV team is that they never let the moment get too big for them. When we needed a sack, we got a sack. When we needed a stop, they stopped them. When we needed a turnover to get the ball over to the offense, they were able to do it. And if the other team was able to score, so what? If offense had a little hiccup, so what? The job is to stop the opponent. And a lot of other schools may struggle with an identity on defense, especially at a sub-varsity level, but this defense had an identity. It was no gain, gain of 1, gain of 2. And I can only imagine how frustrating it was for opposing offenses because they did what you want a defense to do. In years past, there's been times when on the drive down on the bus, because of personnel issues or whatever it may be, I got to sit with the inside linebackers and we're drawing up a brand new defense. This year, this group did it in base, and that's why it's so impressive. The statistics I'm about to give is because they were able to do it in our base defense. When we're talking about tackling, which could be a deceiving stat, 79% of the tackles from our defense happened with that front seven. We're talking about the linebackers and the defensive line. That's impressive because that means you're not getting to the second level. You're filling your gap, you're stopping them on the run. So if they can't get the run, okay, we'll go to the pass. Well, that's where our secondary is so impressive. 7 interceptions, so more than 1 interception per game from this defensive backfield. And in fact, if you combine all the turnovers, so we've got 4 fumbles that we forced, 7 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, that's 11 turnovers. That's almost 2 a game. Now, if you talk about more of the stats, you've got 3 times this defense shut out the opponents. So our offense just needed 1 score and the game was done. If you took it the 6-game average, this defense averaged only giving up 8.7 points per game. So that means from the perspective of the offense, they just have to get 2 scores, game is over. And again, I can't say enough about this group, how much fun it was, how exciting it was to see them grow, to see them progress, and very impressed with how this defense went. And again, can't overemphasize it enough. Did it all in base. Everybody knew their job, they executed, and I am looking forward to the future of this defense, how they're going to operate on the varsity. So, in summation, extremely fun season. Anytime you go 6-0, it's a testament to the hard work of the kids, but then also the work of the coaches, but also the support of the parents. Any road game that we had our loud support, our usual suspects in the stands cheering us on, and I'm really proud of these young men and what they were able to accomplish this JV season.
JV Offensive Player of the Year this year goes to Chase Thomas. Chase is new to the program this year and came right in and just has been a workhorse in practice, on the field since day one. He runs hard and throughout the year just continued to get better and became one of the best blockers that we had. And so it was great to see him really take off in this offense this year and be an explosive runner and an even better blocker by the end of the year. So Chase, congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to present the Defensive Player of the Year for the JV. And the winner of this year's Defensive Player of the Year is Trevor Villapondo. And I can't think of anyone more deserving in this season. We had a lot of great players on defense, but Junior was definitely the anchor of that defense, and he needs to be as that Mike linebacker. I just loved his patience as he would play the position. He would let everything happen in front of him, read the fence, and then as soon as he saw his opening, he would fill that gap. And frankly, it didn't matter if the opposing running back was bigger, stronger, faster. Junior was always up to the task, and he'd make that tackle, hit him low, and drive his feet. But it's not just the contributions that Junior had on the field that make him deserving of this award. Yes, he did account for 27.5 tackles, and when I went back through all the film, it seemed like Trevor was in partially or fully on every single tackle that was inside the tackles. It's because of the contributions off the field too. Very positive kid, very bright, always understood everything that I would tell him, and did it with grace. But in addition to that, I challenged Trevor at the beginning of the year when we were in the midst of our off season that we had some new players to the program. We also had some new players to football, and I knew he could handle this challenge. I challenged him to bring those people into our family, make them feel welcome, and let them know that they are a part of this program, and he definitely did that. I can tell you I'm looking forward to Junior's contribution to the varsity moving forward, but in addition to that, he's already making those contributions, because another wonderful thing that Trevor did, other than his on-the-field accomplishments on Saturdays, is that he was also a contributor in practice. He would always push the varsity as much as he could, playing scout team linebacker, and he would give the best look that he possibly could, which is, again, something that made this entire program better. So, proudly, the winner of the JV Defensive Player of the Year is Trevor Villapondo. Congratulations, Trevor. You've definitely deserved it.
Now, in conclusion, just a few final parting thoughts for us as we move forward into the off-season to prepare for next year's football. But first, I'd like to thank everyone who participated in our Lucas Watts Never Outworked Memorial Scholarship Fund this summer. The Windsor community and abroad raised over $40,000 for this scholarship fund. Each year, a student will receive a $1,000 check for use at the college of their choice. This student will resemble what Never Outwork is. I'd also like to thank the people who took part in our t-shirt sales this summer. We will do it again next summer. We raised $4,400 with our t-shirt sales that all went to this scholarship fund for Lucas Watts. Thank you all for opening your hearts to their family. And here we go. I'm going to finish with a little three-part series here. First thing we need to do this off season is our vision. We need to fix your eyes. We need to fix your eyes. It begins with clarity. Clarity of vision is the key factor in personal, team, and community successes. In sports terms, all of our eyes need to be on the same target, the same goal. Where the eyes go, the head and body will follow. We need to train your vision to be our vision. And it sounds easy when you put it on paper. We just have to take the letter Y off the letter your. And then suddenly, we will all begin to witness the same goal. Second phase, service. We need to bend our knees. Our posture will impact our power. Blocking and tackling are the basics in football, and leverage is the key to winning our individual battles within a game. People and organizations who embrace the posture of serving others and putting their needs ahead of their own know the true feeling and understand what a family is all about. If we want to be great, we need to serve others first. And part 3, action. Bring your feet. Once we've set our vision and our posture, we will be prepared for the daily contacts that threaten us or take us away from our goal, our vision. Once we arrive, we must run our feet together in unison to bring a reaction to that contact. We need to be there for one another. The vision, posture, and action of this program, high school, and community are going to be challenged. Our faith in our community and our ability to react to these contacts will be tested over the next 9 months. We must stay dialed in on our targets, support those in need, and when they come after one of us, they need to feel the strength and relentless feet of our entire community. Every great vision has opposition, so your vision needs to have intentional action. 2 keys to victory are faith and hard work, belief in one another, and working together for a cause bigger than ourselves. Don't stop your feet. Hold that posture and keep your eyes trained on what lies ahead. One little verse for us from James 2:17. So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. Let's continue to be unified with our faith and commence with the works that keep our brotherhood strong. Thank you all for your unconditional support of Windsor High School football. Please enjoy the holidays with your families. Stay safe and healthy. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. No.